Okay, we are live. Alright everyone, today we'll be doing episode 3 of our Rainbow Rocket Castle series. Today we're going to be doing Lieutenant Surge from the Pokemon World Tournament, his World Leaders team. So this team will consist of Raichu, Electrode, Magnezone, Electivire, Jolteon, and Lantern. Funnily enough, our Misty team last week also had a Lantern, but you're going to see this Lantern that Surge has is going to be way better than Misty's Lantern. Misty's Lantern was so bad. You sure you're playing Ultra Moon? Let me double check. Yeah, this is Ultra Moon. Thanks for the reminder, though. I'll have to play Erica next week in Ultra Moon as well to make up for the fact that I did Ultra Sun twice in a row by mistake. Good job, Dominic. Alright, so let's go ahead and check out the team. This is our team we're dealing with. Also, all of Surge's Pokemon, if they can be, will be male because Surge is male. Alright, so Raichu's moveset is the Thunder Wave, Volt Tackle, Focus Punch, and Fake Out, and I gave it Static. This Raichu straight up sucks. This thing is basically only Thunder Wave or Volt Tackle. This thing probably is never going to use Focus Punch. Volt Tackle is pretty much all this thing is good for. What's the plan for Maxi? We'll get to it. Electrode right here. I gave it Soundproof because I originally was going to give it Static, but then I realized something. I actually looked up what Soundproof blocks. Soundproof actually blocks Snarl, which the guy who is paired with Faba loves to use. So I might actually lead with Electrode for that team. Anyway, he's got Double Team, Thunder Wave, Electro Ball, and Signal Beam. At least it's got some coverage, and it has one-shot protection. And if I need to, I could always just use Double Team. And Magnezone right here has an air balloon, and I gave it Sturdy. So that way for one attack, it cannot be hit with a ground move, which could help for Maxi. If we wanted to, we could turn one, use Magnet Rise, so even if the balloon gets popped, we'll still be immune to ground moves. Got Discharge, Flash Cannon, and Signal Beam. Pretty good coverage. Alright, and then here is Electivire. It's got Expert Bell with Wild Charge, Cross Chop, Ice Punch, and Earthquake. Very good coverage. Jolteon here has the Shuka Berry for ground type attacks. It's got Iron Tail and Volt Switch. It's really not going to be staying in, and we're probably never going to use Double Team with this thing. But Magnet Pull is so good and competitive. All that does is prevent, what does it, I think it prevents like electric and steel types from switching. It prevents steel types from switching. Yeah, but what steel types? We're not even playing Ultra Sun where there's Dialga. This is Ultraman with Palkia, and besides, like, I don't really think that's going to be useful. Why Wild Charge? Ask Surge. Remember, I didn't make this team, Surge did. Getsus does not have Seismitoad in this, no. He has Cofagrigus, Bouffalant, Bisharp, Hydreigon, and one of the two dragons. And since this is Ultra Moon, he'll have Reshiram. Thankfully, not Zekrom. Alright, and then Lantern. Lantern has Wide Lens, which it gives it a 10% boost to its accuracy. It's got Hydro Pump, Blizzard, Thunder, and Signal Beam. This is a very freaking good Lantern. And if you want to know how bad Misty's Lantern was from last week, let me show you. This was her Lantern. Oh, no, wrong team. This was her Lantern. Thunderbolt, Scald, Ice Beam, and Toxic. Very mediocre moveset. But this thing with Wide Lens, oh boy. Yeah, Hydro Pump with Wide Lens becomes... I believe it becomes 93% accurate. Thunder becomes 77. Blizzard is 77. Dominic, that's actually incorrect. Starting Gen 7, the move relearner, the one you give heart scales to, will actually allow you to teach a move that it can't learn to level 100. She actually allows you to do that. So in my Reshiram and Zekrom runs, I theoretically could have taught Blue Flare or Volt Strike. I mean, it's actually kind of dumb they they had to give all the enemy leaders 5 Pokemon. They really should have just gone 6. I mean, Maxie and Archie never got affected. They only ever had 4 Pokemon. Lysander never really got affected. He only had 4 Pokemon. Cyrus lost out on Gyarados. And Getsis lost out on 2 of his Pokemon. But to be fair, he already had a team of 6. One of them had to get the cut. Honestly, I think they should have kept Seismitoad and got rid of, I don't know, probably Bisharp. He doesn't need 2 dark types. Well, Dominic, the reason they didn't use the ORAS Maxie and Archie was because I think it's actually canon, or at least it's canon from the anime, that when they succeeded in reviving the primal forms, they pretty much died. And besides, like, they were just in the previous generation, too. And you know what's actually funny about them being from the non-Mega Evolution timeline? The Groudon does not have Precipia Blades, and the Kyogre does not have Origin Pulse. They can get those moves by level up in Sun and Moon, but since their Groudon and Kyogre came from a non-Mega Evolution timeline, they don't have those moves, which I think was a pretty nice detail. And obviously Getsus wouldn't be the Black 2 White 2 version, because the Black 2 White 2 Getsus only exists in a world where he was stopped in the original games. But anyway, this is a pretty solid team. Here's his Kanto team, though. I would actually argue his Raichu was actually better here. The Electrode, I'd say this new one is better. Magnezone is straight up the same, just Barrier instead of Magnet Rise. And then let's see, Wild Charge, Low Kick, and Rock Tomb. Okay, yeah, this thing sucked. Jolteon here. I would actually say his Kanto Leaders version of Jolteon was actually better, because it had Thunder, Signal Beam, and Shadow Ball. And Ampharos is swapped out for Lantern. And looking at this Ampharos is not that great. If this thing had, like, Thunder, Power Gem, and Charge, and I don't know, something else, it would have been good. But having Lantern's going to be super useful for Maxie. I think the only things I would change with this team is I would swap the Raichus and the Jolteon. Other than that, it's pretty good. But anyway, I still haven't made a leaderboard for these gym leader runs. Wrong one. For these gym leader runs. But I still need to make one of those. Dominic, after I do the Kanto leaders up until Giovanni, it'll be really funny. It'll be Giovanni versus Giovanni. But after I do Giovanni's team, I'm actually going to be playing with Blue's team from the Champions Tournament, and then we'll move on to Johto. Trust me, we're going to be doing this for a while. It's going to be a long series. Anyway, I'm not going to set over-unders for this because sometimes it's just really hard to tell where something's going to struggle. All right, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, I'm gonna move probably Electivire into slot 1. I'm actually gonna be saving Red for after the Johto leaders. Will the Lieutenant surpass the rock-solid leader? I actually don't know. Even though Brock's team had Onix, he did have an Aerodactyl with Choice Scarf, and he had a Kabutops' Swords Dance. Surge's team, just like Misty's, has no setup moves. Surge has to go entirely on the offense, but the thing is, Misty's team consisted of 4 slow defensive tanks, which is terrible. Her team was terrible. Alright, and I have everybody at level 63 because we learned in the Misty stream Level 63 sort of allows you to be at the level cap for all the evil leaders and just under Giovanni, which I think starting at 63 is perfect. This the team to take on the war. Yep. Oh, you know something interesting I've learned? Apparently, starting in the Let's Go games, they changed Lieutenant Surge's title from Lightning American to the Lightning Lieutenant. Like, I'm sorry, I am not calling him the Lightning Lieutenant. Another reason why Let's Go sucks, they changed his title. Who else has ground types? Giovanni and Maxie's Camerupt and Groudon. I think other than that, that's it. Yeah, there's no other ground types. There might be some random Rocket Grunt with a Marowak. I don't know. Also, hello, Dillo. And also, I did put more air balloons and Shuka berries into my inventory, in case they get used. But yeah, for Faba, I'm gonna lead with Electrode. I gave Electrode soundproof specifically for the Faba fight. Why didn't they call him the Lightning Unova? That just doesn't sound right. It makes sense, but we can still hate change. They should have changed to the Lightning Unova. I don't know, that name just doesn't sound right. I guess their middle ground was Lightning Lieutenant, but I think it's because when people hear the word the Lightning Unova, they'd be confused with Lisa. And besides, even though Surge is from Unova... Whoops. Even though Lieutenant Surge is from Unova, he lives in Kanto. Like, I think if you've lived somewhere else for longer, you're pretty much known as, like, being from that region. Like, for example, like, Surge is effectively Cantonian. It depends on how long he's lived in Kanto. Yeah, Surge is from Unova. Oh yeah, Claydol, that's another ground type. Charon, I will... For all the gym leaders, they will use their team from the World Leaders Tournament from the PWT. Alright, I'm gonna use one double team, I think. Yeah, that is why I gave Electrode soundproof. Alright, I think one double team's good enough. I think I'm going to prioritize getting rid of that Claydol. Because that Grunt's Pokemon, I think all three of his Pokemon only have Snarl. Ulrus is in 8 or 9 when he isn't in either of them? Really? It says that? Weird. Yeah, no, Charon will use his team from the World Leaders Tournament in Black 2 and White 2. And the Champions will use their Champions Tournament team. I mean, I think if I continue to enjoy this, even after all those leaders are done, we may move on to other teams. But that's going to be far in the future. We're not going to be done with this series till probably halfway through next year. I mean, I think the world only works like a visa system. That's the only way I can think of. I think a kid from a foreign region can become the region's champion. I mean, are you talking about this kid right here because he just moved in from Kanto? I'm gonna try Electro Ball. I mean, I'm pretty sure when they moved there, they became citizens of Alola. And of course, this guy lands Hypnosis. You guys remember last week? This guy landed so many of them. You know what makes it even worse? I had a double team up. Each state would be its own... Each state would have its own gym leader in Elite Four. Man, that'd be interesting. I mean, the closest thing we have is like the in real life regionals tournaments, where I think they just split them by region. Like, I don't know how they split the regions. Oh my god. 45%? Is that with one double team? You know, I really should just prioritize that Hypno. That Gramble literally cannot attack me. That was with -6 special attack. Now I'd probably take on the gym challenge and halfway through a bail because it's so humid. Rip Electrode. What are you gonna do with gym leaders with no black 2 white teams like Koga? I'm not even gonna do Koga. For this series, I'm doing Janine. Because Koga's not a gym leader anymore. He's an Elite Four member, so he doesn't count. Dude. Keep missing Iron Tail. Alright, I think I just gotta land Volt Switch on the Hypno. Not Volt Switch, Iron Tail. There we go. I mean, it'd be cool if there was an Elite Four tournament too, that'd be pretty cool. Also, I don't know what attack stat that Bruxish has, but whenever that thing uses Psychic Fangs, it hurts so bad. Okay, I think I need to Volt Switch. Alright, I think Electivire. Electivire is a physical attacker. I mean... Oh my god! I know it's Stab, but... Dude, that thing one-shot an Electivire. That's insane. Lantern. Okay, at least it's one-on-one now, so this will be a lot easier. Struggle. It ran out of moves. Can anyone tell me what the attack stat is of a Bruxish? Okay, at least Surge has a mix of physical and special attackers. I remember for Misty, Misty's entire team was special attackers. Oh, Strong Jaw, that explains it. That did not do as much as I thought it would. 105 attack. Okay, those things' stats are actually pretty mediocre. So it's only strong because of Strong Jaws. Okay, that explains a lot. Thunderwave. Bruh. Thunderwave is 90% accurate in Gen 7 onwards. Or it's Gen 6 onwards, but either way, it's inaccurate now. This is not Magnazone's moveset. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this thing's a clone of Jolteon's moveset. Okay, so, this thing is supposed to have Flash Cannon. I'm not going to start over 14 minutes in, but as soon as I finish this fight, I'm going to save the game, pause the timer, and fix this thing's moveset. This thing should have Flash Cannon, not Iron Tail. I'm not starting over the run. I'll fix it after this run. After this fight. I mean, I'd be spamming Flash Cannon anyway. Okay, so I'll save right here and fix this thing's moveset. I can probably fix it now. No. Okay, I can't pause that, but I can fix this super quickly. Yeah, I don't have the pause button enabled in live split. I'll just subtract a minute off the run. Okay, let me see if this is fixed. Oh, you mother... You know what? Yeah, just start over the run. Alright, we'll just start over. Okay, so yep, we'll start over after all. Yep, we gotta fight Faba again. All because of that mistake I made. There, now this will be legitimate. Who would you prefer to fight first, Maxi or Archie? I know I have a choice. I made a rule for myself where I have to fight them in order of my splits. Maxi, then Archie, Cyrus, Lysander, because that's the... Maxi is just because Ruby is first, Sapphire is second. Then Cyrus is Gen 4, Lysander's Gen 6. So I always have to go in order of my splits. Oh, also, you guys remember how I showed off Surge's team in the Kanto Leaders Tournament? His Raichu had an electric gem. We all came into an agreement that we will actually replace gems with Z crystals. So if Surge's Raichu today had the electric gem, it would get the Electrium Z. Alright, so yeah, we're just gonna go directly after Baba's team. I'm still gonna go for one double team though. Also, what do you guys think? I'm very confident this will be better than Misty's team, because Misty struggled really bad in a lot of spots. But do you guys think this will be better than Brock? That Earth power miss double team mattered. I definitely hope it's better than Misty. Yeah, I hope so too. I want to go to bed at a reasonable time. Dude, again? This is the world's most accurate Hypno. I wonder if I should have just switched out. I'm gonna switch. I think Electivire right away. Really? This is seriously the world's most accurate Hypno. Actually, question, do you guys think we can outspeed the Brooksish? I think Brooksish will die to 1 wild charge. But I don't know if we'll outspeed it. Because I don't think Electivire is that fast. I don't know, maybe it is. I know Electabuzz is decently fast. But I don't know if Electivire keeps that speed. Let's find out. Okay. There we go. I'm just gonna keep spamming Wild Charge till I die. And then next up's gonna be the Scrafty. I think for the Scrafty, I'm just gonna use Cross Chop. Hypnotic. Alright, Ice Punch. Great. Now we're both asleep. By the way, where is Choice Scarf Electrode? Electrode has a Focus Sash. In the Kanto Leaders team, it has a Lumberry, which just sucks. Besides, that thing does not need a Choice Scarf. Can I even Wake Up in time? I don't think so, unless I wake up this turn. That is legitimately the first time I've ever seen that thing use Sing. Hey, we're gonna get a faster Faba split. Aerodactyl had one. Yeah, but Aerodactyl had stats. Electro does not. Honestly, I'm not even a fan of Focus Sash Electrode. Surprised they didn't use more Assault Vest. I'm not sure if any of the gym leaders use Assault Vest. Maybe they do. At least Archie is going to be easy. Oh, right, I forgot. Oh, he says red, blue, yellow. Get it? Groudon's gonna be scary. I would say so, but we do have Lantern. But the one downside of Lantern is obviously the sun's gonna be up. But I don't think any of our Pokemon have Rain Dance. Blue, red, blue, red. But yeah, without Rain Dance or anything like that on our team, we're gonna have to deal with it. You gone, bot? Oh, there was a bot? I don't see it, so I'm guessing Starybot stopped it. Theory deleted it before it actually came through. Oh, really? Like, how are you able to tell? Do mods on Twitch have the ability to see blocked posts or blocked chat messages? Well, it's weird. Sometimes it doesn't stop those bots, because every now and then one of those like viewer bots will come through saying like, "Hey, purchase views right here." Tells me Siri banned them. Oh, okay. Yellow, red. You know what's funny? It just said Earthquake was super effective, and I know dang well it isn't. Yep. Honestly, I think Electivire is just the best Pokemon to just use on the random grunts because of its great coverage with Expert Belt. Uh-oh. I mean, it's 33%. Surely I won't hit myself, right? Didn't. Told you. Okay. I think we still have to lead with Electivire because of, yeah, we still gotta lead with Electivire. For, Cross Chop. Alright, so yeah, we're gonna Cross Chop right away. Dang, Electivire is pretty fast. I mean, we did get intimidated, but still. Alright, so next, I'm guessing he's gonna send out Camerupt. All of these evil leaders are programmed to always save their legendaries for last. Because it's meant to keep it as a surprise. Yeah, switch. Probably gonna Earthquake, so... yeah, Magnezone switch. I mean, this isn't really a good moveset to take on this guy. Maybe that wasn't the right switch. I don't know, part of me thinks I need to keep Magnezone alive for the Groudon. Because I think I want to stall out the Sun so that Lantern can deliver the final blow with Hydro Pump. Who do I think is the least helpful? Probably Jolteon. So... or actually, might be Electrode. No, Jolteon's useless for this fight. Just switch to this. That thing's probably going to use, like, eruption or something. Flamethrower. I don't think that matters. That's still gonna kill me. Okay, I think I just have to send in Lantern. Yeah, I just have to. Not like Jolteon was gonna help anyway. Dude. I mean, wide lens only makes it 77% accurate, but still. Okay, I need to switch this thing out. Actually, I think Lantern's gonna die to Groudon either way, because Lantern's very slow. And Groudon's got 90 base speed. So I think Lantern would die to it anyway. Okay, yeah, Electrode. You don't want to send out Raichu right away, because I want to use Fake Out on the Groudon. Ow. Dude. Alright, it didn't heal as much. Alright, so I need to keep count of the sun. It's 5 turns, including the turn it sent out. Or actually, no, I think it... Yeah, this is, I think the message has to pop up. Alright, so my plan is to try and stall the sun. Right. Actually, can I click the sun? Oh, there's a turn counter there. Okay, that's convenient. Alright, so I know it's going to use a ground move. So I'm actually going to swap to Magnezone. Two more turns. Then the sunlight will go away. Well, actually, this thing does have Flamethrower as well. I mean, it's not going to use Earthquake. Because it detected the air balloon. So yeah, I do think I need to switch to Raichu, then I can use another Fake Out. You inspire me to continue my own region team thing. Well, I'm glad. Okay, sun's going. I think I'm gonna swap, because this thing is probably gonna go for Earthquake. I mean, any of its moves can kill, though. But I don't want to risk it going for Flamethrower. So I think I'm just gonna have to stay in and Focus Punch and see what it does. Yeah, okay. He theoretically could have used Flamethrower. Okay, Flash Cannon. That did a lot, actually. Alright, I do think Electivire can outspeed the Groudon, and I'm quite confident Ice Punch will kill it from here. There we go. First try Maxi. Let's go. That was actually... that required a lot of thinking. I'm gonna keep Electivire up front. Okay, Maxi was pretty difficult, but we still first tried him. On the other hand, though, I think Archie's gonna be a piece of cake. Okay, it's down. Yep. Up and go home already. I kind of wonder what this room is supposed to look like. That was not the right move. There we go. Got them their held items back. Ice punch. Nice crit. Really? Dude, I hate this muck. If you're curious, it's Skunk, Tank, Venomoth, Toxicroak, Swalot, Muck, and Crobat. Yeah, I face the Round 2 League in my Heart Gold solo run, so I'm well aware of his team. Cross chop. Nice crit. Okay, I do want to continue sweeping with Electivire, but I need to switch out to get rid of this, Intimidate. Ow. That hurt. It was worth the sacrifice, Raichu. Beat Clay. Nice. So how are you doing his team? Like, did you start the game with, like, all of his Pokemon as a first stage at level 5? Like, level 5 Stunky, level 5 stuff. Like, how exactly do you do it? Do you use rare candies to get yourself up to the level cap? Or do you do all the training in the wild? Well, thank you for wasting your turn. Dude, is it possible we sweep his entire team with one Pokemon? Three Evos, rare candy level cap, and I'm playing like an actual NPC, keeping my ace until last. Nice. When I was thinking of my rules for this series, I was thinking of a rule where you had to lead with your ace, but after some play testing, I went against that rule. I think it would just make the fights artificially hard. Wow. Dude. That was a 9-minute Archie split. Electivire swept his entire team. Alright, Cyrus. Oh, better go heal first. That was close. Only using as many heals as the opponent. So if the opponent only has one hyper potion, you'll use one hyper potion. Oh. I'm still going to lead with Electivire. It's just the problem is with Surge's other Pokemon, they really do not make the best leads. I don't know, in these team runs, I ban items in battle. I mean, we may be over-leveled right now, specifically the Electivire, but the thing is, Cyrus and Lysander's ace are level 67, and the Cyrus and Lysander sections really do not have you fight that many grunts. The Maxie and the Archie section just have lots of grunts in them. And then after Lysander's immediately gets us, so we're going to end up being on par. But we're still going to underlevel Giovanni. You know what's funny? For the first time in a super long time, my Twitch chat is actually more active than my YouTube chat. I haven't had a YouTube message pop through for like the last 20 minutes. The entire conversation I'm having right now is exclusively with Twitch chat. Very rare that happens. Alright, he's gonna lead with Honchkrow. Let's see, I think I might want to lead with Electrode. Oh, another thing I started doing before the Gen 5 learn sets are super bad. After I beat the first 4, I allow the use of whatever their original TM was. So, give an example of that. What do you mean by allow the use of whatever their original TM was? Oh, so you allow yourself to teach it? Oh, okay. Oh, it's Houndoom, not Honchkrow lead. Alright, Electivire, I'm gonna need your help again. Earthquake. Alright, so since we're playing Ultramoon, instead of Dialga, Cyrus has Palkia. Dude, Electivire is just too powerful. Also, what are we going to do about Palkia? Its only weaknesses are Dragon and Fairy. We would actually have an advantage if we were playing against Dialga, which is Ultra Sun. You know, if I had actually played Misty in Ultramoon properly, this Surge run would be in Ultra Sun right now. Do we have any Thunder Wave users left? Yeah, Raichu. Can Quick Attack kill from there? Wait, there's no point in Quick Attack. I outspeed. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need Thunder Wave. I heard that comment about the YouTube chat. Well, there's just not really people chatting right now. Okay, Fake Out. Thunder Wave. And it missed. Of course it did. Great. It's fine, El Karim. I was just pointing out something I'm observing. Okay. Discharge would be my most powerful move, yeah. I think the origin forms are meant to look weird. I'm actually very pissed off that I've had Thunder Wave miss twice today in this stream. And it's only a 10% miss chance. And I've had it happen twice. Okay, so my most powerful move here is Thunder. Hey, Alexander. Is that full restore territory? It's not, but I'm probably dead. Is Volt Switch enough to kill from here? Oh, we just kind of have to figure it out. Uh-oh. Yep, death. Dude, it was so strange how he didn't full restore. It must have been at just enough health where he didn't. Okay, yeah, we need a strategy change here. Do not lead with Electrode, lead with Electivire. Alright, try that again. Surprisingly, our first reset was not Maxi, but it was Cyrus. You like Giovanni, Cyrus, and Lysander? You mean like as characters? I like all of them in some way. And the other advantage Dialga would have, besides being weak to ground, is that Roar of Time is like Hyper Beam, so it'll have to do a recharge. Not worrying about poison has been nice for this run. Oh, for your run? That would make sense. Although, I think if I hadn't missed that Thunder Wave with Raichu, I would have won. My plan was to cut its speed down. That does outspeed, so I think I need to switch. How many battles are in this run? I actually don't know. I haven't really counted the number of random rocket grunts. I don't know, that's really something I need to count. Alright, there is a chance that thing goes for Earth Power, so I'm actually going to use Magnet Rise. Oh, I'm slow. Okay. Okay. Electrode, I need you to get off double Thunder Wave. Hey, Focus Sash actually helped. Also, Thunder Wave in combination with Electro Ball will make Electro Ball do more damage. Alright, I'm gonna Volt Switch with Jolteon. Alright, the thing's probably gonna go for Earth Power. I don't think Raichu can survive that, though. I don't know. I kind of want to use Volt Tackle with Raichu. So I think the least useful person here is probably Electivire. Magnezone's already dead. Oh, nice. Got the 1 in 4. Okay, that is full restore territory. Cyrus, to my knowledge, I think has only 1 full restore. I'm going to want to use Fake Out into Thunder Wave into Volt Tackle. Actually, maybe, is it worth using Thunder Wave? Lantern does not outspeed it, but it does survive an Earth Power. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Just go for the Volt Tackle. Nice. Alright, so I think from here, Thunder should be enough. There we go. That was actually pretty tough. Alright, Lysander. And since this is Ultramoon, he'll have Yveltal instead of Xerneas, which is actually probably going to be an advantage for us. Because it's weak to Electric. Dude, I hate how this guy can see you through the wall. This guy must have a Luxray on his team. Luxray Persian, all the same thing. There was no need to do that. But yeah, Raichu's Volt Tackle, that's all it lives for. Like, Focus Punch is just dead-ass useless on it. Actually, there might be a use. Maybe on Giovanni's Dugtrio, it usually likes to go for Sandstorm turn 1. Unless it detects a kill with Earthquake, but maybe if it doesn't, I could use Focus Punch on it. That'd be worth trying. Yeah, Lysander's section's pretty short. So is Cyrus's. Their sections are pretty short. Max, I need to count all the mandatory grunt fights, but I'm quite confident that Maxie's section has the huge bulk of them. And Archie is second place. At least his Mega Gyarados shouldn't be that bad. Did we end up beating the run with Misty last time? Oh, we did beat it. If I recall, that run was like 2.5 hours. It was bad. I remember the Lysander split, I swear was almost an hour. It was awful. It took so long to figure out how to beat him. Weren't able to stick around. Well, you could always rewatch the VOD if you want to, but I will say it is bad. Her whole team is bad. Like, I think Misty would have benefited more from her Kanto team instead of her World Leaders team. Alright, so he's going to lead with Mian Xiao. I don't have any flying or psychic moves. But I think, honestly, I kind of want to lead with Raichu. Wait, let me check the items. Whoops. Hey, NY Caesar, is this a Nuzlocke? No, it's not. I'm beating the Rainbow Rocket Castle using Lieutenant Surge's team from Black 2 and White 2. Same team, same items, same movesets. I started this section at level 63, so that way my levels will be on par with most of the leaders. Yeah, we've already beaten Faba, Maxie, and Archie, and Cyrus actually took 2 tries to beat. And right now we're just about to fight Lysander. Fake out. Oh, inner focus. Great start. That thing has inner focus. Does it have a lot of content? Yeah, it's actually a post-game thing in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon where Team Rocket from another dimension called Team Rainbow Rocket takes over the Aether Foundation, and they enlist the help of evil villain leaders from universes where they succeeded in their goals. And because of that, all of them have 1 legendary on their team. But yeah, in the previous 2 weeks, we beat this castle with Brock's team from Gen 5 and Misty's team. Misty's team was extremely bad. Alright, I don't think Electro Ball can one-shot this. But maybe it can. It is pretty slow. Oh, okay. Alright, then after this, he would send out Pyroar. It was a bit of a bore, but I'll give it another shot. Yeah, I mean, this whole thing is in the post-game. If you want to play it yourself, you gotta play through the main story. Fun fact, when Gen 7 came out, I actually did not like it at first. I played through Moon, I quit halfway through, but then a year later, I got Ultra Moon, looked on the back cover, and saw a Rocket Grunt on there. I'm like, oh my god, how do I fight Team Rocket in this? So I actually played the entire game to get to this point, and I'm like, wow, apparently Gen 7 wasn't that bad. So I went back and gave Moon another try. So it's kind of the reason why I like the Ultra games a lot. They got you the nostalgia. Yeah, they knew what they were doing when they put a Rocket Grunt on the back cover. Because it made you wonder, what is that? I mean, I like Gen 7 a lot now. Like, I think if I were to rank my favorite regions, I would probably put Alola in 2nd place. My most favorite region in general. Like, I'm not going to say, like, favorite generation of games. I'm saying favorite region. Like, in terms of, like, cities and the environment. I'd rank Alola 2nd. Okay, I do not want to have Intimidate up, so it's probably going to use Earthquake, so I'm going to switch to Magnezone. I wonder why they don't recycle old titles the way they did with Fire and Leaf Green. What do you mean, recycle old titles? I don't think we're going to get a Moon remake for an extremely long time. Like, X and Y haven't even got theirs yet, let alone Gen 5. It's gonna be a long time till that happens. And besides, these games are still too new. Even though they came out 9 years ago. You're welcome. Discharge. Wow, that almost one-shot it. He might full restore it. So I'm going to use this chance to Magnet Rise. Nope. From what I've read from interviews with the director at the time, the reason they made Leaf Green instead of like Water Blue was because red and green, they were meant as more peaceful colors, while red and blue are more like clashing. That was basically his reason. It was just it's like a more peaceful looking duo. That was what the guy basically said. It had to do with the colors. Alright, I think lead with Jolteon. Alright, and since we're playing an Ultramoon, Lysander's gonna have Yveltal. This thing is probably gonna get one shot with Wild Charge. Barely. Huh, he didn't full restore. Weird. Alright, I would not go as far as to say BDSP is my favorite Switch game, but I do agree that I think the games are severely overhated. The games had a lot of problems with them. Yes, they had a lot of problems, but the games were still a lot of fun. And sometimes, like, there's nothing wrong with being faithful to the game it was based off of. Like, Fire and Leaf Green were pretty faithful games. I think it was the way they did it. It could have been better. But the Grand Underground was extremely good. It's actually... Shining Pearl is the only game I actually played twice on the Switch. Every other game I only played once. I think the worst Pokemon game on Switch is the Let's Go games, but the second worst I'd say is Sword and Shield. Then it would go Legends Arceus, BDSP, Scarlet and Violet, Legends ZA. Because before ZA, my favorite was Scarlet and Violet. Oh, Yveltal's animation ZA is hilarious. They have it fighting on the ground. Here's my opinion on the chibi design. The chibi design wasn't bad. It was how they implemented it. Because the problem was the scaling was not good. Like, if you use the Pokemon following mechanic, the following mechanic looked so horrendously ugly. Like, I did not mind the art style, but I purposefully did not do the following Pokemon mechanic in BDSP during any of my casual playthroughs because it looked so horrendously bad. Because they were not to scale. It was awful. I think there were things BDSP did right, but I think they get overshadowed by the things it did wrong. Plus, BDSP had a bunch of glitches with the game. Like, BDSP Day 1 launched without the post-game. You had to download a patch for it like Day 2 or something. Oh yeah, ZA is my #1 Pokemon game on Switch. It's not even close. It's a really good game. Scarlet and Violet did run horrifically bad. I agree with that. But the content was still really good. It just got overshadowed by how the game ran. But when the Switch 2 came out, though... yeah, lead with Raichu. But yeah, when the Switch 2 came out, Scarlet and Violet ran at a clean 60 frames per second with hardly any lag, and more Pokemon could actually spawn in because it was on a more powerful console. But yeah, Scarlet and Violet was really not utilized on Switch 1. And what I like more about ZA, even if you play ZA on the Switch 1, it ran really good. It was a solid 30 frames per second on the Switch 1. And from what I've seen people play it on the Switch 1, and while it is at the lower frame rate, there's almost no lag spikes, which Scarlet and Violet had a lot of lag spikes. It was insane. Okay. Full tackle. I do not want to use Thunder Wave on that turn 1. Yeah, that's why. Alright, Raichu's straight up useless now. One thing I will agree, though, with Scarlet Violet criticism, an open world Pokemon game is definitely a great concept, but the problem was Scarlet and Violet was way too empty. There was hardly anything in it outside the cities. They could have filled it up a bit more. I think Magazone. I do not think we're getting old Pokemon games. I don't know why people keep predicting those. People have been predicting, like, a Pokemon Classics, or they'll launch the old games on the eShop or NSO. People have been predicting that for years, and it's never once came true. I think people are just overhyping themselves. Because I can guarantee you, they're not going to announce any old Pokemon games, and so many people are going to be pissed. Like, I don't even know where people came up with Fire Red and Leaf Green ports. I don't know if it was one of those fake leaks, or some random guy on Twitter just made it up. The old IP sells the most. Oh, it would, don't get me wrong. If they were to release Pokemon Classics, it would sell really fast. But the thing is, people have been predicting it for so long, I don't think it's ever going to happen. Plus, something else, a lot of people... Okay, I do not give a shit about respectable leakers. I hate and despise leakers. Those people are just meant to ruin the surprise for everybody. I think leakers just shouldn't exist. Like, I'm sorry, they just shouldn't. Like, I think if anything, like, I think the Nintendo ninjas should stop going after people who make emulators and go after leakers. I think more people would be happy about that. I'm just saying. Might be an unpopular opinion, but that's just my opinion. Okay, Bouffalante. I'm going to use Electivire. I pretty much always assume leaks are fake. And what I hate even more is when some guy online claims he has a leak, every, like, other, like, major YouTuber goes around, spreads that leak. So, like, it's impossible to avoid spoilers. It was kind of like with the new Megas being announced in ZA. Because a lot of the new Mega designs were leaked, and a bunch of people were sharing them on social media. Imagine a sandbox Pokemon game like a ROM hack style. I don't know how that would work. Isn't that what Pokopia is supposed to be? A sandbox Pokemon game? I mean, I'm not buying that game because I think the game looks ridiculous. Okay, we do not need a Pokemon sports game. Please, no. There's way too many sports games. Also, Electivire, I should have used Cross Chop. I assumed Earthquake would kill it. Man, Lantern is so slow. What am I even going to do for Reshiram? I don't know. I do think ILCA will work with Pokemon again, because I think I read somewhere that they and Game Freak or Nintendo, one of the two, were like creating like a merged group or something. I don't know how true that thing is, but just something I've heard. Alright, I am most likely gonna die, but may as well just try. Okay, yeah. Okay, that was a loss. Okay, I still think leading with Raichu is the correct call. Actually, you know what? Electrode. A Pokemon movie? They haven't made a Pokemon movie in a long time, haven't they? I don't think they have. But then again, I haven't watched the anime in a super long time. Like, as a kid, like, I watched like 3/4 of the Sun and Moon anime. I pretty much quit watching it when they moved to Netflix. I mean, I have the ability to go watch the new seasons if I wanted to, but I just don't want to. Bruh. Split. Does that split special attack as well? Or is that just physical attack? I think it is best special attack too. This is probably not going to do much damage, is it? That was still okay. Oh man, I've been a fan on and off for a pretty long time. I went to see the first actual movie in theater. Oh, I had the first movie on VHS. Not anymore though, but I remember watching it. I used to have a Pokemon VHS tape that had the first SSN episode and the Lieutenant Surge battle. And I remember, as a kid, putting it in the VCR because I wanted to play it. And then the VCR made such an awful noise. I opened it up, and all of the tape was out of it. And the VHS tape was ruined. I remember I was so sad that day. I remember it. Oh, man. I think I must have been like 7 or 8 years old when that happened. Okay, anyway, Electivire, I think just needs to cross-chop this, cross-chop the Bisharp, and probably cross-chop the, Hydreigon. Yeah, I remember I told Steve that story, and he felt so bad. I don't think I've once missed cross-chop today. You have an unopened Ancient Mew card? Nice. Hey, look at that. Electivire is level 70. So it's going to be on par with Mewtwo. Yeah, cross chop. There's the first miss. Try that again. There we go. I don't think it's sounding better. I think Scott legitimately just hates Guess' theme. He legitimately hates it. I think he only started using the Black 2 White 2 version like as a compromise. So I'm sure, I know a lot of people agree that that theme is better, and I'm sure to him it's a more tolerable theme, so he did that as a compromise. Alright, so it's probably gonna full restore. So I'm gonna... Man, this Jolteon is garbage. Raichu. Also, I wouldn't agree on this version sounding better than the black and white version. I just think... I mean, it's good. But I don't think it beats the original. I mean, this part of the music sounds better. What are your hopes for Pokemon Day besides Gen 10? Do you want me to give you my own prediction? Or, like, my own, like, wish? Like, something that I know will probably never be announced, but it would still make my day. My own personal wish is that they would make a... make a remaster of Pokemon Conquest. I don't think it'll ever happen, but... Or a remake of Sky. If one of those two happened, I'd be so happy. But like an actual serious prediction, I think... part of me wants to say Gen 5 remakes, but it's way more likely they're going to announce Gen 10. They're not going to release Gen 5 remakes in Gen 9. Not happening. Sad, I know. I know it won't. Flash cannon. Oh, he had another one. I mean, my only true predictions right now are Gen 10 and Pokemon Champion stuff. I know some people predict a second ZA DLC wave. Oh, dude. I've heard supposed quote-unquote leakers that say Gen 10's gonna have another Kanto remake. No. They've milked Kanto way too much. So hello, Dr. Green. Okay, Getsus is apparently the hardest person today. Dude, it really upset me that Electivire did so much damage to Reshiram, but it couldn't kill it, so here's what I need to do. When Reshiram comes out for the first time, I need to have Raichu alive, go for Fake Out, then Electivire can go for Earthquake. Oh, this thing doesn't have the sash anymore. But yeah, I don't think they're gonna announce... I don't think they're gonna announce Gen 10 and Gen 5 remakes at the same time. That seems very unlikely. But then again, at the same time, they announced... Didn't they announce BDSP and Legends Arceus at the same time? I don't know if they have it in them to make it good. I think Game Freak could make it good. I know there's a lot of people who say like, oh, I have no hope. I'm not that kind of person. Because you just got to look at Game Freak's track record. Their track record recently has not been that great. I will agree with that. But ZA was just incredibly good. Maybe I'm just a... what do you call it? Maybe I'm just... What's that thing called? Maybe I'm just over-optimistic. Okay, BDSP did not feel slow to me. The original Diamond and Pearl was still slower. Besides, if people are comparing, like, potential Gen 5 remakes to, like, BDSP was made by ILCA. Unless they outsource it to ILCA again, and they've learned nothing, then I think it'll be good. Like, when Game Freak themselves made, what was it? Like, when Game Freak themselves made Fire and Leaf Green, Sparkle Soul Silver, ORAS, the games were incredibly good, but BDSP was not made by Game Freak. They decided to outsource that responsibility to a different company while they worked on Scarlet and Violet. I still remember during, I don't know when this was, it was during one of the last Pokemon Presents. It was the Pokemon Presents that announced ZA, the very first announcement for ZA. I remember I can say this now, but there were fake leak images showing Gen 5 remakes in a BDSP chibi style. I saw those images. I'm quite confident those were fake. I remember people also predicted Let's Go, Wooper, and Togepi. Oh good god, I do not want another Let's Go games. Let's Go needs to stay dead. Day was cool for one playthrough. I've honestly said that about all the Switch games. The problem is, like, when you add so much content to a Pokemon game, the replayability part goes down because there's way more things to do. Like, way more dialogue, way more story. Honestly, replayability is not as big of a concern for me when it comes to ranking a Pokemon game. Because here's my one issue, like... Normally, if a game has very good replayability, that means it has a very minimal story, and the games are generally pretty quick to play. Okay, I'm resetting that. I'm not even going to bother. Okay, so what I need to happen is Electrode needs to kill Cofagrigus, and then Electivire needs to sweep the next 3 Pokemon with Cross Chop, and then when Reshiram comes out, I need to swap in Jolteon to tank the hit. Then I need to switch to Raichu, and then use Fake Out. I'm not doing 1,000 side missions. Technically it was 200, but yeah. I mean, you're not required to do those. But here's my opinion, like, I would rather have a very loaded main story, even though it loses replayability, than a game with replayability, but it doesn't have as much to do. I just really like experiences that give you a lot to do in the first playthrough. Like, Red, Blue, and Yellow have great replayability, but that's because you could beat the games freaking fast, dude. Like, a casual person with a team of 6 could beat the game in one day. I mean, besides, as soon as I finish my Legend ZA Rogue Mega Rush speedruns on my streams, I'm planning to learn any %. Recoil. Nice. Oh my god. I really want to get to know Gen 9 Pokemon, but it's not happening in Paldea. Do you have a... If your only problem with Scarlet and Violet was how bad the games ran, if you own a Switch 2, those games run almost flawlessly. I mean, granted, like, the games themselves are still the same, but if your one concern about them, or negative attribute to them, was how they ran, the Switch 2 fixed all of that in a free patch. Man, it's hard to believe Getsus is actually the hardest foe today. He might actually be harder than Giovanni today. I don't know, I might be speaking too early. What is this, this is probably like my 4th try against Getsus. Like, if I miss any of those cross chops and I die from it, I'm just resetting. I could probably just use Wild Charge here. Yeah. The battle scene and the angles. What do you mean, the angles? Speaking of angles, in Scarlet and Violet, I had an Electros on my team. Whenever I would send it out, it's so low to the ground, the camera clips through the floor. I don't think the Switch 2 version fixed that. Dude, it was nuts how that game ran. Honestly, I know Cross Chop killed this. I wonder if Ice Punch can. I'm gonna try it. Okay, it didn't. Okay, you know what? This does make him waste one of his full restores, which is good. That's what you meant? Oh, okay. I hate this game. Well, I might be screwed, but I'm gonna play it out anyway and see how it turns out. Yeah, let's just see how this turns out. This is already not better than Brock. base turn battles are dead? No, I disagree with you on that. How Legends EA handles battles is only going to be a Legends EA thing. The Legends games are essentially known for just overhauling the battle system just for that one game. Like, when Gen 10 rolls around, it's going to go back to the traditional battles. I'm not even going to bother trying. Okay, so I have to wild charge the Bouffalant, cross chop the Bisharp, and cross chop the Hydreigon. Then when Reshiram comes out, I switch to Jolteon, let it die, switch to Raichu, use a Fake Out, and then a Volt Tackle, and then I send Electivire in and use Earthquake. Champions bound to be interesting. I am looking forward to Champions. I think what the whole point of Champions is going to be is whenever they do like those competitive battles and like those tournaments and stuff, instead of just doing whatever the newest game is, they're just going to have it all be in Champions. And I think Champions, from what I've heard, is going to have all the battle gimmicks in it. But obviously, it's probably not going to be like all of them at once. They might have like ranked seasons or something. But I am looking forward to it. Would Gen 10 be the last batch of new mons? Are you trying to say, like, after Gen 10, they're going to never announce new Pokemon ever again? No, that will not happen. That'll never happen. That'll only happen when the series dies. Because they know what makes a new generation sell is telling people what new Pokemon will be introduced. That's what helps sells the games. They're never going to stop making new creatures. That'll never happen. Okay, at least he wasted a full restore. Can Wild Charge two-shot this? Barely, but yeah, it should. But anyway, I gotta land 2 cross chops in a row. Gen 9 had a lot of good Pokemon in it. Honestly, I think Gen 9 had one of the best rosters. Fuck. I think Gen 9 had one of the best rosters. Literally, the starters they introduced were incredibly good. I think, to my knowledge, at one point, all 3 of the Scarlet and Violet starters were actually in the overused category for competitive battles. They had really good signature moves. The grass one, Meowscarada, had a move that always crits. The fire one, Skeledirge, had a move that does fire damage, and it boosts your special attack by 1 stage each time you use it. And the Quaquaval, which is the water Pokemon, has Aqua Step, which does damage, and it increases your speed. Not as useful as the other 2, but it also gets Swords Dance too. Like, you can do Swords Dance, Close Combat, Aqua Step. Like, the starters were goated in there. Man, I hope Giovanni's easy. Your biggest gripe is the damn difficulty? Are you talking about for Sun and Moon? I will agree, the games are very difficult. But here's the thing, I don't view that as a bad thing. It was actually one of the things I think BDSP got right. They made the games a lot more challenging than the originals. Because they gave the gym leaders, Elite Four and Champion, good IVs, EVs, and competitive held items and movesets. Cynthia literally ran a Flame Orb Marvel Scale Melodic. Like, the Elite Four and Champion in that game were fucking brutal. The recent ones were too easy. Hard disagree on that. Hard disagree. The final boss fights in Scarlet and Violet were actually very difficult. Scarlet and Violet were not easy games. Sword and Shield, I think, were pretty easy games. Legends Arceus was not an easy game. The Volo fight at the end was an absolute nightmare if you weren't prepared. And Legends ZA is not an easy game either. There we go. Alright, so here I need to switch in Jolteon. You never beat the Legends games. I think if you did beat Legends Arceus and Legends ZA, you would truly know how difficult they were, especially Legends Arceus. Star mobiles are so scary. The fact they come after the boss, whole team basically makes a combination of a Titan and a gym. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet were not easy games. I mean, they weren't Sun and Moon levels of difficulty, but I'd say it was more along the lines of, like, Gen 4. Like, in a casual playthrough. Okay. Full tackle. Alright, and Earthquake's gonna kill. Alright, we win. Because I outspeed, and from full health, Earthquake puts Reshiram in red bar. So Earthquake is a guaranteed kill here. There we go. My god. What do you mean by low base stat total? You mean like garbage mon tier? Trash mon? I know some Nuzlocke YouTubers consider trash lock Pokemon with base stats below 400. It's a Nuzlocke, though. I mean, that's what I meant to ask. Like, are you considering, like... What are you considering low base stats? Actually, you know what? Yeah, Raichu first. Less than 450. Oh, okay. Alright, the reason I'm leading with Raichu first is because I'm quite confident Giovanni is either going to use Stealth Rock or Sandstorm turn 1. I don't think he's going to use Earthquake turn 1, so I can knock out Dugtrio with Focus Punch. This game is dope. All we get is DLC from hell. I don't think Pokemon DLC is bad. Like, I'm of the opinion that I think Pokemon doing DLC is better than them doing third versions. Because third versions, you're essentially buying 80% the same game for the same old price. I'm not even going to bother with that. Okay, so it will always go for Earthquake. Okay, scratch that plan. Do not do that plan. Like, here's what I mean. Like, the reason games like Platinum and Emerald did not sell that well was because most people had already bought Ruby or Sapphire or Diamond and Pearl. They could not justify spending another, what was it, $40 at the time? $40 for 80% the same game just with new stuff added. I mean, nowadays, going back to it, everyone goes to Platinum. But back in 2006... most people had bought Diamond and Pearl, and they saw Platinum, they're like, why would I buy the same game again? Like, with the Sword and Shield DLC, if they had made a third version for Sword and Shield that was 90% the same game, but just with the DLC, and they released it for $60, it would not sell that good. Which DLC focuses on difficult battles like this one? Ultra Sun, the Rainbow Rocket is not DLC. I do have the opinion that the Ultra games should have just been DLC for Sun and Moon. Because the Ultra games were too similar to the originals. I think the Ultra games is what killed third versions. It's what made them change to DLC. The Indigo Disc is Battle Post. I think out of all the Pokemon games on the Switch, I think Scarlet and Violet had the best DLC. It gave you so much stuff, and it had 2 waves. Legends ZA only has 1 wave. I do wonder if they'll make a second wave. Sandvale. You've got to be kidding. Why did you call me Dr. Green? Oh, you were talking to Dr. Okay. Now I'll play BDSP for the millionth time. That's funny. Okay, who do I send out now? Thing is, I don't think Expert Belt Ice Punch is going to one-shot Nidoqueen, and Electivire is just going to get murdered. I think I need to go with Lantern. Oh, man. That's not good. don't know, I feel that way sometimes with some species that I feel are underrated. That's 100 power. That's 100. Yeah, Earthquake. No, Tropius absolutely sucks ass. I hate that Pokemon. Dude, I don't know if Surge can beat Giovanni. A good HM user. I'm just gonna reset that. Dude, what do I do? This might be a run that needs to rely on double team. I'm actually gonna look up Giovanni's team. Hold on. Alright, so I'm looking at the Nidos. If I use Magnet Rise to block Earthquake, the Nidoking's best move on me would be Aqua Tail or Throat Chop, but the Nidoqueen has Flamethrower. Honestly, I may have to just lead with Electivire. Dude, I actually don't think Electivire counts speed at Doug Trio. I don't know what's up with Birdkeeper Toby. I don't watch his content. I never really have. Okay, too fast. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. Maybe lead with Lantern? I think Lantern might be able to easily survive. Yeah, let's give Lantern a try. Because Lantern does have investment in its HP stat. Maybe just survive the hit and then go for Hydro Pump and kill it. But I would also like Lantern for Rhyperior. I don't think he'd send out Rhyperior second. No, I'm playing on emulator. That's how I was able to load the game in with Surge's team. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh my god. Okay, so legitimately, Dugtrio one-shots everything. Dude, Surge's coverage is terrible. So... yeah, the problem is, though, like, what the hell is Jolteon expected to do? You know what, though? Because of that Shuka Berry and our high speed stat, not as fast as Electrode, but... yeah, that Dugtrio is faster than Electivire. Honestly, we may need double team setup. I love doing solo runs a lot. I do enjoy these full team runs too, because it's you have to think differently, and that's what I like about it. Dude. The problem is, the only thing that can reliably knock out Dugtrio is Magnezone. Here's the problem, when the Magnet Rise wears off, you know the problem? Nidoking outspeeds. The Magnezone is essentially only good for that. And the problem is, the Nidos are not one-shots with Earthquake. They're not. And Electivire will die. And Jolteon can't do shit. Definitely subs. Thank you, I appreciate that. I really don't know what their speeds are. But if I recall correctly, I think Nidoqueen did outspeed. Alright, I'm just gonna have to stick to 2 double teams. I think this is workable. Because it seems like against Jolteon, I think the reason he doesn't go for Earthquake is because the opponent actually knows about your type reducing berry, and I think Giovanni does not detect a one-shot with it, but I think after the Sandstorm it does. You know what sucks? I really wish Jolteon had the air balloon instead, because that would actively make Giovanni spam Sucker Punch, and I could set up the 6 double teams for free. And yeah, Getsus was definitely the hardest up to this point, but Giovanni just took it up a freaking notch. Alright, 2 double teams. That'll bring Earthquake to a 66% chance. And I think a third one brings it down to 50, but I don't think it's worth using a third one. Dude. Thing is, who would he send out second? Honestly, it would probably be Nidoking. I hate how it takes over a minute just to try each fight again. Alright, so I think if I might just have to use the 2 Iron Tails now. Because it's going to go for Sandstorm. Yeah, I think I can only afford 1 double team. There we go. Dugtrio down. Alright, so it's going to be Nidoking, right? Nidoking, yep. Alright, so I think I just gotta... Don't think setting up more double teams is worth it. I think I gotta use another Iron Tail. That's still gonna kill. Dude, the Shuka Berry has been jack shit in this run. Jolteon's just too damn weak. Earthquake. Alright, so I think it's gonna send out... it's either Nidoqueen or Rhyperior. Rhyperior, okay. Alright, so it's gonna go for Earthquake, so switch to Magnezone. Okay. So if I use Magnet Rise, it literally cannot do shit to me. So I'm going to use Magnet Rise. Alright, so it should be a... Well, the problem is, it gets a 50% special defense boost. So I don't think Flash Cannon's going to two-shot. Okay, I'm actually kind of surprised. That thing also has Solid Rock. Also, my Magnet Rise is still up, which is good. At least the Sandstorm's gone. Then again... Oh no, Steel types don't get the special defense. It's only Rock types. Is the Magnet Rise still up? 2 more turns. So this thing is most likely going to go for Flamethrower. So yeah, Flash Cannon. Okay. Lantern. Lantern's special defense is better. The question is, will it survive an Earth Power? I don't know. I mean... Okay, I think I need to send out Raichu. Fake out. Maybe that note wasn't the right choice. That was definitely not the right choice. I'm surprised John Calibro never showed up for this stream. Also, I was debating if either saving Volt Tackle for Mega Mewtwo Y or Electrode, but I think Electrode's the only thing that can outspeed Mega Mewtwo Y. Yeah, that thing's immune to Thunder Wave. Yeah, that's pretty much all Raichu was good for anyway. Just fake out. Okay, let's try Lantern here. Okay. I hate this game. Legitimately hate it. Okay, so I do think I can consistently get to Mewtwo. It's just, Electivire would have done the finishing blow. The problem is, Mega Mewtwo Y is just too powerful. You've got to be kidding. And what sucks is that double team strats can't work because that Mewtwo has Aura Sphere. You know what? Let's just... I was gonna say, let's see how much Signal Beam does. Dude. Even if we get to Mewtwo, I don't see how we're beating it. I legitimately don't. Like, even if I get to the Mewtwo, like, then what? Like, I remember learning through some testing, like, that Mega Mewtwo Y has to have around 250 something speed. It is really freaking fast. Like, I think the only Pokemon on my team that could even outspeed that would be, like, Electrode. Maybe Jolteon. And even if I can get a hit in, it's just going to murder me with Psystrike. And even if we were facing Mega Mewtwo X, where the one saving grace for Mega Mewtwo X is that it does have moves that are inaccurate, but guess what? It has Earthquake. I feel like Surge is just fucked no matter what. Like, I legitimately do not see a way past this without, like... I can't... Like, extreme double team luck. That's basically it. Extreme double team luck. Alright, I'm gonna do something different. Because I know we have to use double team strats. I'm actually gonna make a save state. Because we clearly know this thing has to get double team strats. I think for every reload that I do of the save state, I'll add 1 minute to the final time. Because that'll be for, like, the intro and stuff. Alright, that was one reset. I'm gonna need double team luck. This team was doing so well. It was doing pretty good, but we pretty much knew it's no match for Giovanni. This is literally what it has to do. I'm not going to make save states during the fight either. Dude. I'm only going to allow the save state in the beginning, because that would just be straight up cheating territory. Yeah, I think I just have to have 2 double teams. Dude. This Dugtrio does not believe in missing. That Dugtrio has never missed once. This is nuts. What the fuck? There's no way the battle RNG is predetermined as soon as you enter the fight. This isn't Stadium. I think I'm just getting super unlucky. I mean, 2 double teams is only a 66% chance of hitting. But still, like, not 1. it actually can survive that. And again, it never set up the sandstorm. Let me try something. Oh, I did not realize you actually knew how to frickin' miss. Well, this will be interesting to play out, because there's no sandstorm up. Nice. Alright, Electivire. Magnezone. Alright, Magnet Rise. Dang. Ooh, nice. Okay, he wasted a full restore, that's good. It's a shame that barely just doesn't do enough, because that thing has solid rock. Bulbapedia is wrong, by the way. It does not have Lightning Rod. We tested this. It doesn't. Alright, I still have a Magnet Rise, correct? I do. Okay. But it's gonna go for Flamethrower. Okay, yeah, so do not send out Raichu. That is not a good idea. Okay. Will a Hydro Pump kill it, though? Honestly, I think it would. Yeah, because Earthquake does not kill it from here. Even with the Fake Out. So yeah, I need to go for Hydro Pump Lantern. Oh, also earlier when Hydro Pump missed, that was a 93% Hydro Pump, by the way. Let's see if he uses a full restore. He didn't. Okay. That's fine. Electivire can finish it off. Actually, would... No, I'd rather save the Fake Out for Mewtwo. Part of me really wants to make a save state for Mewtwo, because I want to see if it's even possible. Because no matter what, Surge needs a lot of frickin' luck. Alright, I just made a save state there just in case I need it. I'm doing this for, I think, for testing purposes. The thing is, I don't think I'm going to survive any hits. And even if this was Mega Mewtwo X, it would just use Earthquake. Dude, it's a shame with the Stealth Rock, all the Focus Ashes and Sturdy don't work. I don't think that crit mattered. Yeah, this Electrode is the fastest thing I have. And Double Team's not going to matter because it has Aura Sphere. So what I think what I need to have happen is just see how much Signal Beam does. This isn't winnable. Alright guys, this isn't winnable. Surge's team is just too not good. I think this will... If I had a tier list for these teams with how they can handle Rainbow Rock and Castle, Surge would have to go in the improbable tier. This thing could beat Giovanni, but the biggest problem, it needs a lot of double team luck. It needs double team luck with Jolteon to knock out Dugtrio and possibly Nidoking. So that way I still have another Pokemon alive, but at the same time... Here, I'm just going to load this state up and just... I want to show off something. 217 speed, does not outspeed. 257. I think that might barely outspeed, but at the same time, it's gonna die. Magnezone does not outspeed, and I have to sacrifice Magnezone. I think if there was a way to keep Magnezone, that'd be good. Or better yet, like, if there was a way to, like, maybe what we could do with Electrode? Hold on. Wait a minute. What if we sent out Electrode to Thunder Wave, and then we switched to Raichu? Hold on, I'm gonna test this. I mean, I'm gonna get killed here no matter what, so I may as well just let it get over with. Because the thing is, with Thunder Wave, would a fake out Volt Tackle kill it? Because Mega Mewtwo has very bad defense. And that Focus Sash just never gets used. Alright, so let's try Fake Out Volt Tackle. That is insane. Dude. Raichu's Volt Tackle doesn't kill it. With a Life Orb. That's insane. Mega Mewtwo Y has base 70 defense. Like, its defense stack gets reduced a lot when it Mega Evolves into this form. But, like, I'm trying to look through this. I don't see any chance of hell of this thing beating Mewtwo. Honestly, you know what the strat would be? Thunder Wave with Electrode. And hope at one point it gets paralyzed. Like, if it paralyzes on Electrode, we can use Electro Ball. And then on Raichu, even then maybe it might be enough. But let's try it. I'm already gonna say this is an improbable fight. This would take probably 100 resets to get right, but I mean, there's no point in saving the Electivire because the Electivire can't really do much to this thing. And dude, why does it not catch these stupid bots? Alright, I think it makes more sense for the save state to be here. So I think I need to have Mewtwo be paralyzed at least once. Like, if it's paralyzed here, I'll use Signal Beam. If it's paralyzed on Raichu, I'll use another Volt Tackle. I meant to use Fake Out. I'm gonna speed this up. Dude, if this was the Kanto Leaders thing, I would probably use my Electric Z move. Wow, this guy just refuses to get paralyzed. This guy refuses to miss, and he also refuses to get paralyzed. Okay, this is nuts. Okay, this is insane. Does Mega Mewtwo Y have an ability that is immune to paralysis or something? What gives? This is actually ridiculous. Oh my god. Dude, is the RNG set or something? You know what? I think the paralysis has to happen on the electrode. And it just sucks that the stupid stealth rock makes Focus Sash just useless. I think this fight would be a lot easier if stealth rock didn't exist. Okay, I swear to God, I think the RNG is predetermined. Yeah, because I used another double team and that Psywave missed. Yeah, because the fight is literally playing out the same way. Like, literally nothing is changing. Alright, I think I just gotta start the fight from the beginning here. Maybe not the actual beginning. I think I need to make the save state during the cutscene. But yeah, I'm gonna just do this on speed up. Oh, I forgot to make the save state during the cutscene. Dude, Surge's team is fucking awful. Like, I thought Lantern was gonna help, but it just doesn't. Okay, I'm being an idiot. I keep forgetting to make the save state. There we go. So yeah, I just gotta immediately reload the save state. I'm gonna... Oh, whoops. Oh, it actually missed Earthquake. And then I missed Iron Tail. Cool. Honestly, I wonder if leading with Electrode would be better, because Electrode also has Double Team. The problem is, Electrode doesn't have a good move to hit this thing. Well, no, the Sandstorm would ruin Focus Sash anyway. So let's just see how long this takes. Who would I have sent out on Nidoking? It would have been Electivire. Oh. Right. Honestly, I think Double Team on Jolteon might be a waste of time. Oh my god, that is... I missed 2 Iron Tails and he missed an Earthquake. What the hell? Whoops. Yeah, let me just try the 2 Iron Tails. Nope. Dude, that is so rare, him to use Earthquake turn 1. I think that's the first time I've seen that happen. Okay. Alright, I don't think it's worth using Magnet Rise right now, because the Nidoqueen's just gonna Flamethrower anyway. So I think just get rid of this as soon as possible. Actually, I could use the Magnet Rise here and get a free turn. Oh, right. Okay. Alright, so Lantern's Hydro Pump does not kill this thing. So I think the proper solution is... yeah, just Lantern. Okay. You just wasted both his full restores on that thing. Alright, now we're at Mewtwo again. Alright, so then at this point, we have to use a Thunder Wave, get paralyzed on the Electrode, then we Signal Beam into Raichu Fake Out Volt Tackle. But a backup plan would be... well, a backup plan can't really be, like, attack with Raichu, because Fake Out and Volt Tackle does not do enough, and we can't use Focus Punch. And even if the Mewtwo gets paralyzed, we would have to use another Volt Tackle, which would kill us. But since it used up all the full restores, I don't think that'd be that bad. Yeah, using the 2 double teams is a waste of time. You know what? Hold on. him never setting up Stealth Rock in the first place might also give us a chance, because that'll let us finally use Sturdy. Okay. There we go. There's no Stealth Rock up anymore. Okay, no chip damage. That's very annoying. I don't know if Earthquake one-shots the Nidoking. I always had an Iron Tail first. Well, there's one way to find out. It doesn't. Nice stone miss. Alright, I somehow made it back, but with Lantern up instead. Not like that matters. So, oh, yes. Alright, I think we won. I think we won. We won. That's not an accurate time, though, because I did use speed up. Because the fight was just going to be that bad. But I did not use save states during that entire fight. I did use a save state before the battle started to skip the cutscene. But I did this fight with no save states in it. I don't know what time to put down, though. We have to take into account all of the resets. Honestly, would you guys say 4 hours would be a good time to give this thing? Yeah, I think with the number of save states I had to use, like, for testing and the fact I was playing on 4 times speed, I think 4 hours feels appropriate to give Surge's time. But yeah, you know what's interesting? Double team strats aren't necessary. You just have to use 2 Iron Tails. You have to reset if it's Stealth Rock's turn 1. Because you know what? If the Electrode goes against Mewtwo with no Stealth Rock, I get the Focus Sash, which allows me to not only set up the Thunder Wave, but also use 1 Signal Beam allowing Raichu to kill. That's the strat. So yeah, you just use 2 Iron Tails on Dugtrio. Reset if it's Stealth Rock's turn 1. Then on the Nidoking, you would have to land an Iron Tail. If it misses like it did in that fight, then that's fine, because there's a way around it. You Iron Tail it, then you send out Electivire, kill it with Earthquake. Then when Rhyperior comes out, you swap to Magnezone, go straight for 2 Flash Cannons, and then on the Nidoqueen, you just straight up die. And then on the Nidoqueen, what you would do is... What did I do on the Nidoqueen? I used a Hydro Pump. And then... What did I do on Nidoqueen? Oh yeah, I killed it with Lantern. Because the Nidoqueen, I believe I did some chip damage in with, it was with something. I think it was... I don't remember what it was. I did do chip damage on it. And then, the Mewtwo would come out, kill the Lantern, and then Electrode will have Focus Sash. With that Focus Sash and no Stealth Rock, the Mewtwo is actually consistent. You just have to land the Thunder Wave. Just for speed purposes. Yeah, actually, Giovanni isn't that bad. Like, he's not as bad as I thought. But I think for this comparison, for the leaderboard I'm going to make, I was going to make this improbable, but this is not improbable. I'm just going to make this 4 hours. Because I think all those resets were definitely an hour's worth of resets. This should have been like a 2-hour Giovanni split, but I just did not want to keep doing it. But at least Surge can beat Giovanni with a somewhat inconsistent but feasible strat. But anyway, thank y'all for stopping by, everyone. I do appreciate it. The next stream should be tomorrow. We'll be doing Pokemon X with Slurpuff. It's Pokemon X week this week. Yeah, as soon as I end this stream, I'll need to make the leaderboard for this another time, but I gotta